Well, now to a story of how one mother is finding a purpose in life following an incredible loss. Nearly 3 years ago, Vanessa Robinson's two young sons, Chase and Tyler, went to sleep and never woke up. For a time, Vanessa herself was under suspicion. And while she continues to rebuild her life, Vanessa has a very important message for all of us.
They were just great. I mean, they were boys, and boys are boys when they're that age.
Vanessa Robinson has two keepsake boxes in memory of her little boys. They house cards, memories and mementos of their brief lives. And almost 3 years since their untimely deaths, looking through them still opens up raw emotions. How long has it been since you've opened this box?
Oh, well, to look in the photos, it's been quite some time.
And how do you feel looking at them now?
Yeah, it's hard. Really hard. They were just gorgeous. Like, Tyler loved to, he loved to play, but he was a little bit of an introverted child. And Chase was, I suppose, a little rat bag. He was gorgeous, very, very kind little child, but a little bit mischievous as well.
At 6 and 8, Tyler and Chase may have already developed very distinct personalities, but their brotherly bond was unshakable.
You know, they'd love to get into trouble and they'd love to play with each other, and they'd also love to fight with each other.
The boys also loved to snuggle together with their mum, and often would. So on the night of May 30, 2010, when they came to her bedroom in tears, she bundled them into bed with her and thought nothing of it.
That certainly didn't raise any alarms whatsoever. And the next thing I remember being in excruciating pain, and I remember bits and pieces. It was a very strange feeling, and my head wasn't thinking properly. And I remember I came out and I saw the boys, and I knew something was not right, so I called my ex-husband immediately, and then I called the ambulance, but I was that sick that I couldn't actually do anything.
She couldn't do anything because she was suffering the effects of carbon monoxide, which had insidiously invaded the room and silently killed her boys throughout the night. The culprit, it was later discovered, a wall heater left on to stave off the cold. Vanessa somehow miraculously survived, although the toxicity led to complete renal failure, heart and liver damage and short-term memory loss. She also suffered nerve damage to her arm. But within minutes of the police arrival, the victim had become the accused. And still barely conscious, her shoulder was dislocated after she was thrown into a divvy van.
I think because the lack of information out there, that everything took a turn for the worse, and it's made a horrific time even more so. I think that was the first thing I said to my mother when I was at St Vincent's, when, the tube was pulled out and I could speak, that I think I said to Mum that they think that I hurt my kids.
How courageous have you had to be in terms of not just overcoming the children's death, but rising above that level of suspicion?
I wouldn't say courageous. I probably
You don't
am reluctant.
consider yourself courageous?
No, gosh, no. I probably think that I think you just have to keep pushing. Your children leave such an empty space, and where you used to go home to your kids, there's nothing there anymore. So it is really hard.
But the children will have a place in the world through the foundation Vanessa has created from scratch in their namesake to educate the nation about the warning signs of CO2. How does it feel knowing that Chase and Tyler's lives can potentially help save dozens of lives down the track?
It's bittersweet. The foundation's all about saving lives. That's our #1 mission. But having to go through my entire life without my kids is awful.
Yet Vanessa's selfless gestures continue. The recipient of a Pride of Australia award has also set up a local bereavement group.
Pretty much the main topic is we just want to talk about our kids. They may have died, but they're still our babies forever.
And Vanessa will launch a nationwide campaign on May 2nd. To donate to her foundation, please see our website.